The save screen has changed. I've lost my trainer card. I guess Celine must have confiscated it. Oh, whatever. Alright. So I've officially been kicked out of the village. I guess I need to just go over there. Do I want to fast travel or do I want to jump on a mount? I kind of want to jump on a mount. If I were to look at the map, no quests. I get the feeling that the game is going to like put the brakes on giving me new quests for a little while. If I were to talk to some NPCs after my fresh new banishment, does that change anything? No, you're just going to tell me the same thing that you did at the beginning of the game? Alright. Hello, Starly. Boy, how long ago was it now that I ran through here just trying to catch like a million Starly? Alright. Under normal circumstances, I would probably cut away to whenever I get to the place where I'm supposed to be going. But I feel like it would be a little bit appropriate to leave that in and to leave the journey in, because it feels like right now this part of the game is supposed to feel like it's about the journey or something like that, and I am still being like tracked down by like level 1 Geodude, and you'd think that they would have better things to do with their time. Is there anybody at this base camp, by the way? Where is the base camp? This is, or it is this thing. Okay. You guys don't really say anything different. I hear there are Pokemon you can only spot at night, and sometimes they'll just appear quietly with no warning. Alright, those are going to be ghost types. But, you guys don't say anything different after I've gotten myself kicked out. Alright, medicinal leeks, I like those. Those are a little hard to come by in the frozen wastelands. And, they're used for crafting potions and stuff, so I'd like to pick them up when I can. Let's see. This was not the smartest way around, was it? I probably should have gone like that way, but whatever. Stantler can take a fall. It's only maybe 20 feet or so, you think? Break a leg, maybe 2, but I got 4 of them. What do I care if I break a leg? Alright. The forest is over here, and if I recall correctly, the game told me to go to the Grand Tree Arena. Alright, do I want to, like, fight any alpha Pokemon? Not really. Like, I do, but this feels like a time in the game where it would be a little bit weird to not focus on the story. Okay. Wasn't there supposed to be, like, a path through here? I thought there was. I guess I could just follow the river. I guess that's sort of the path. Anyway, we have arrived. It's my trusty steed. It's a little bit different than the one that was in the DLC for Sword and Shield, but, you know, as far as steeds go, it'll do the job. Alright, Leanne. You! What in the world did you do? I'm still trying to figure that out myself, okay? Look at the size of that rift. If lightning starts pouring from it, all the Pokemon in Hisui could be thrown into a frenzy. The entire clan is in a panic now. I should have known that the only thing that could come from the rift was disaster. So, alright, you're in a good mood. Let's try our luck. Help! Well, it's not exactly something I can do. It's not that I wouldn't like to help you, but it would put Iridia in a difficult position. I truly do wish that I could repay you for quelling Cleaver's frenzy as you did. You must know that, but there's nothing I alone can do for you. Warden Mai might be able to help you, though. She's a caring woman, after all. You'll most likely find May at the Warren Bridge. I believe it's a very significant place for her. I'm certain that somewhere in the vastness of Hisui, there is a place for you as well. Okay, the Warren Bridge. I don't remember that location off the top of my head, but there's a very convenient, like, unpaved road here. I guess I'll follow it and see if it leads me towards anything that might look like a Warren Bridge. Oh, is that the, like, the overpass? I think the game might be leading me in the direction of the overpass. Let me see if there's an easy way to get there from here that doesn't involve, like, going up and down and around. Alright. Medicinal leeks. Medicinal leeks. No, Sneasler. Sneasler, stop. Behave yourself. Alright. Don't get too excited there. It's even more Baniri. Have I been in here yet? I don't recognize this cave. This is the Ouroboros Tunnel, presumably related to the Oreburgh Cave in modern Sinnoh. Can I just, like, cut through here and get to where I want to go? Or is this going to be... It's my chop. Oh, you know what? I think there might have been some of those, like, stone barriers that I could headbutt with a mount that I didn't headbutt with a mount because I didn't realize you could headbutt them with a mount. And this might... Yeah, this is going to lead me out to the other side of that. I'm going to have to dismount for that. Alright, it wasn't headbutting with a mount. It was just, like, Gumi trying to, like, bash its face against it or whatever. Alright, there we go. Thank you, Gumi. Big help there. Alright. The Warm Bridge, okay, this did let us out by the Warm Bridge. Let's grab some Bugwort. Let's not fight the Alpha Graveler. Let's not fight the Alpha Starly. Is there one Alpha... Ow. Is there one Alpha Pokemon for, like, every species in the Dex? Because I don't think I've seen any, like, repeat Alpha Pokemon spawning, but... Alright, yeah, the Geodude are angry. But, I'm starting to suspect that that may be the case. My, yes, that is your name. What a frightful sky. Such a disturbing sight would be enough to put anyone ill at ease. You don't know what brought this about, do you? Well, that's kind of the whole point of this game, isn't it? What I've been doing for the last 35 hours. I suppose it was too much to expect that you could already have an answer to all this. I heard from our leader what happened. You can't return to the village of yours, can you? But I'm afraid the Diamond Clan cannot be the ones to save you. The Diamond Clan could end up at war with the Galaxy Team if things went badly. I think you would regret that as much as anyone. The Great Weirdeer took a liking to you. I want to offer you my support, but... Forgive me. I can't help you in this. Do not abandon hope. Time solves all things. And besides, you seem to have a talent for making your own way in the world. I have no doubt you'll continue to find a path to walk. Strange events seem to follow you wherever you go, don't they? Found you at last, Dragonite. Looking all over for you, you know. What would I do if I were to lose one of my favorite customers? Don't worry, I've already heard what happened. A good merchant knows well the importance of staying abreast with the latest news. It seems you're in quite the pinch. No place for you among the Diamond Clan or the Pearl Clan, to say nothing of how poorly the Galaxy Team has treated you. But not to worry. There are still corners of Hisui region where we can stash you away in secret. I know a spot that will be perfect hideaway. That will be the perfect hideaway. Leave it all up to me. Here we are. I know, it's no palace. But you know the saying about beggars and choosers. Alright, where are we? This is just a little strip of land by, where was this? Veilstone? I guess this would be about where Veilstone City was. And it's really just a tiny little secluded area. Alright. So you are just gonna take over the cutscene as soon as I walk in. Alright. Shirking your work to come pester me again? Even beneath the bleeding sky, you never change. Always a pleasure, Mistress Kogita. But I'm afraid I'm not here today to learn more of Yasui's myths and legends. No mistress, thank you, just Kogita. And this is... Why, Dragonite is the woman of the hour. She's the one you call the frenzy of all the Pokemon nobles, believe it or not. Ah, the poor wretch you spoke of, lost in time and space. Dear me, Lost One, it seems you'll be able to fulfill my duty at long last, thanks to you. I'm trying to figure out if you are a returning character from previous Pokemon games, the same way that Ingo was. But the name isn't ringing any bells, and neither is your design. So that just may be just me something in my imagination. Alright. This is apparently my job now. Indeed, I am a guide to you, Lost One, for the task of preventing great disaster falls to you. The rift in space-time must be mended, lest time and space themselves be thrown out of balance. But come, you may enter my dear hideaway. There's much to be told. The space-time rift is said to be a portal to innumerable other dimensions. In one such realm, far and farther still from ours, dwells Almighty Sinnoh. Okay. So, I have to pick a side, I guess. Diamond Clan, like, as I said, I typically go with, like, the blue version. The blue-ish version of Pokemon games most of the time. The expanse from antiquity to eternity and the expanse to all sides, above and below. Time traces the path we tread from here and now into the future, while space yawns all-encompassingly, surrounding us in every direction. You see, don't you? The two together, time and space, compromise all creation in the universe. How can one claim that either is greater than the other, as those two clans do? Alright. Professor Albert Einstein. Perhaps the truth is clearer to a warden such as you, one who has known other ages. Now listen, Lost One, here is what you must do. Hisui holds 3 lakes of great importance, Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acuity. At each dwells a Pokemon said to embody one aspect of the mind. Complete the trials each will set you, and bear their gifts to the shrouded ruins. There you may receive the Red Chain. With it, perhaps you can bind the world together. Bind the world, you say? You mean it won't close the rift? Kindly spare me your doubts, young man. I know the old words and what they bid us to do. How true they are isn't mine to know. And regardless of their truth, I am bound to pass them on. How callous of my ancestors to leave their legends to their children without a thought for the hardship it would cause them. Man, I hate it when that happens. Oh, you know what? Now that I get a clearer look at your face, you are totally supposed to be, like, either a riff or a direct reference on Cynthia. Because you are a goddamn nerd. But here we are. You know your duty and you'll do it, won't you? Alright, well, I do want to finish the game, so leaves me no choice. It's like if Cynthia wore, like, a witch's hat, that would be you. Alright, glad we've cleared that up. There is nobility in knowing what must be done and seeing to it. God, I told you I'm busy. Call me back later. You can see the locations of 3 lakes marked on your ARC phone. Alright. Well, I guess in case you didn't discover them on your own, which, I mean, they're honestly pretty hard to miss. I don't know how many people would have not done that, but alright, the game will mark them on my map all the same. Mistress Kogita's got a lovely workbench here, and if you need materials, I'll be glad to help. I'm always happy to do business with you. Alright. Yeah, access to the Pokemon Center. Ah, that is a problem, isn't it? What shall we do about that, indeed? What was that cry? Have we now a lost Pokemon as well as a lost trial? Do see to it, please. How could I refuse you, ma'am? Off we go, Dragonite. So there's something outside. The game is telling me to complete the trials of the 3 lakes. Like, alright, I can't, like, jump high in the air to get a better look at your hat. I do approve of that hat. I gave it at least a 9.5 out of 10. Could do with a little bit more point on the top, but it is certainly more than adequate. You just got a bunch of leaves, and apparently you don't mind if I just trample on your leaves. How did I get up there? What bit of geometry did I... Yeah, alright. Weird. As I've been doing lately, let me just get a better look around here. You've got a philodendron growing from that planter. Some other flower that I can't see. Maybe it's just generic flowers. Alright. It's got 5 petals. That's like 50% of all flowers out there. It could be anything. Alright, you are indeed a plant lover, though. I see you've got some dried herbs hanging from the walls, too. Alright, interior design. Excellent. And the nice mortar and pestle. Oh, are you like an alchemist or something? Cynthia's ancestor is an alchemist. Let's go with that. Alright, so when we go outside, That is an Abra. Hello, hello, it's an Abra. Where did you teleport in from, little fellow? And it's got a letter. A letter addressed to you. Alright. So, to Dragonite, you may use my Pokemon as a go-between to access the pastures in Jubilife Village. I've also ensured that you'll be able to utilize our base camps without issue. I have every confidence in your ability as an adept Survey Corps member to bring this bizarre situation under control promptly. Sincerely, Silene. So, she is nice. Like, she actually is nice under that frown. She is a nice person. Good tidings from the letter, then. You could say that. It's like that teacher who always looks at you like you're in trouble, but they're actually, like, really nice to you and you're their favorite student or whatever. Not that I know what that's like. It doesn't sound like an easy task, that's for sure. It sure would be wonderful to have a kind soul who might help us out. Quite the opportunist, aren't you, Volo? Such a consummate girl merchant. Alright, Iridia, what are you doing? Alright. You two goofballs have just wandered in. I've managed to reassure my people for now. The wardens are keeping a close eye on their nobles, too. Seems all is quiet for the moment. And so, here we are. But still, we'll never get away with openly aiding you. If we were to undermine the commander's direct orders, relations would grow strained. Long story short, we want to help, but without drawing attention, so it'll just be one of us. Me or her, it's up to you. Though the answer should be obvious. Alright, so now I have to choose, and the left analog stick drift is not helping matters out. I like Adam's design better, and I've mentioned several times, you know, I'm partial to the blue versions of Pokemon most of the time. I also think Dialga's just like a cooler design in general. Palkia just looks a little weird. You know, Time Dinosaur. How can you say no to Time Dinosaur? What is this? It's an antique tea set. Alright. If this was a few generations later, No. If this was a few generations later, there might be a Pokemon living in that tea pop up. Alright. I do want, before I do anything that might trigger a story progression, I do want to get a look around here. I see you've got some gardens growing outside here as well. This reminds me of something, but I can't remember what that is. Is that like a begonia leaf or something? I want to say that looks like a begonia. This is obviously corn. And we've got some other flowers out here, which the game is not allowing me to trample. Unfortunate. If I try to leave, will the game just call me back? Or will it, like, let me do that and I'll just have to come back on my own? Alright, so I literally can't leave. Alright. Adaman! Obviously you'll choose me, right? Who gave you that Celestica flute in the first place? That's right, this strapping young man. Alright, so we're going with Pokemon Diamond. And sorry, Pearl, but I mean, time dinosaurs. You understand, I'm sure. So then the leftover leader will... The leftover leader? Wow. Rude. I'm not summoning scraps. I will keep watching the commander. I imagine I'll hear something useful from him. Oh, so are you doing like an espionage mission now, are you? How fun. Of course, of course. And the lucky chosen one comes with us to go to the lake, so we can fill you in on the details as we go. Alright. Well, the first task will be to decide which one of the Suis region's 3 Great Lakes to visit first. Right, and we better get a move on. No time to waste. I'll meet you wherever we decide to go. We'll be in hot water if we were seen traveling together. I'm counting on you to handle this, Adaman. Don't cause Dragonite any more trouble. So, we're going to Lake Verity first. The game is just going to make that choice for me. The Trial Lake Valor. Oh no, they're all activated at once. Okay. I mean, I probably would have gone in order from, like, the order that we could have, you know, visited them. Like, the, like, original order, Verity, Valor, and Acuity. But it seems that that's the order that the game put them in my quest log anyway. Alright, let's go to the Obsidian Fieldlands, and let us head south down the river to Lake Verity. Alright. And you guys are all, you're a Diamond Clan member. Do you wish to return to the Ancient Retreat? Alright. So that's how you get back to your new base camp. You are still going to allow me to access the Pokemon Center. And... Alright, I guess I'll jump on the mount again. I thought about running the whole way. Is that an item that's on the ground? Do those never despawn? Or was that just like, was that really just on the ground? Alright, whatever. I'm thinking, do I want to switch out my team? Like, I have a bunch of fully evolved Pokemon on me. I've got Walrein, I've got Staraptor, I've got Mamoswine. Still working on Goomy there. But I'm wondering, am I even going in the right direction? Well, the quest pin is like through that rock. Do I want to switch out anything else into my team? I guess it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Here's Alpha Snorlax. Goodbye, Alpha Snorlax. You're gonna have to wait. I've got important things to do. Later on, maybe after everyone on my team is like level 40 or maybe 50 at this point, be given a chance to catch up a little, I'll switch out someone else. But not now, I think. All right. Vivichoke, Vivichoke. And the lakefront is going to be some distance in this direction. I still don't know what's with the sparkling tumblestone deposits. Like, they don't seem to give you better items than the regular ones or anything like that. They don't seem to, like, give you unique items or anything, or more of them, or whatever. So let's be on our way, grab a pepper plant, and I should be able to get to the middle of this lake now without too much trouble. Was there, like, an alpha, like, Luxray or something hanging out around the side of this? This particular lake, and I don't know why, reminds me of one of the areas around Colony 9 in Xenoblade Chronicles, like that one lake that was kind of hidden in the back. Anyway. Guys, they say this lake actually used and I accidentally hit the spacebar on my keyboard and ended my recording. Or at least my audio recording. Then it erupted, leaving a huge crater that filled with water, and so Lake Verity was born. I am going to have to readjust, like, the timings on this entire recording now to make sure that my commentary in the video is synchronized. That should do it. Should give me... That's basically like the clapper board that people use in cinematography. Let me click out of Audacity, so accidentally nudging the spacebar on my keyboard doesn't do that, though. It is protected by a Pokemon called Mesprit. It was when Mesprit took flight that people first learned the joys and sorrows of living. Or that's how the old tales go, anyway. God really wants to get to call me on the phone, doesn't he? I've got better things to do. Got places to go and people to see, and the stupid phone keeps going off in my pocket. Alright. Well, I guess he's finally decided to leave a message. Or blast a hole in the rock. Alright, that'll do. That cave, it just appeared from nowhere. Is the arc phone the professor was going on about? Let's do this. Mistress Kogita seems quite intent that you would have to prove yourself to all three of the Pokemon that guard these lakes. The challenge was never for the faint of heart. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to have to battle them and defeat them, or battle them and catch them, or just battle them and wait for the story to take over, but we can go into the cave. There's something about this place I can't quite put into words. Oh, it's a Goodra. It's not a, who is in here? Mesprit? I think it was Mesprit. So that is an Alpha Goodra. We are going to prove to the Pokemon of the lake how strong we are. Alright. You are an Ice type. On the other hand, you're a Staraptor. You're also an Ice type. I have 2 Ice types on my team. Alright, whatever. Oh, I don't just fight you, I just walk forward? Alright. Once again, the game ruins my fun. So we are going to initiate a cutscene, and you're going to scream at me, and now we are going to fight. Alright, Staraptor. I think alright, you're level 58. That's not actually quite as strong as some of the other things that I've been fighting in alpha forms. But that is going to lower my defenses. I can finally use Strong Style Brave Bird, and it doesn't matter what I do because I think on the next turn you are going to murderize my face. So let's go and use an alpha, or use a Strong Style Brave Bird. I know you've got pretty high defenses, Goodra, but this is stab coming from a Staraptor, and that barely did a quarter. That was like 20%. Okay. Iron Tail. Avoided the attack. Way to go. And I guess I can do that again. Let's do that again. Alright, this is going to take me out just by the recoil, but hopefully we'll get to, like, almost halfway down on you, and that's going to... Alright, not quite bringing you into the yellow, but We got there. We're getting there, rather. Knowing that you have Iron Tail, I think my weapon of choice is going to be Wall Rain. And we're gonna have Wall Rain use, I guess, Ice Beam. I don't have Blizzard on me. You're gonna Ice Beam. You're gonna Iron Tail me, and that is going to do a lot of damage. Ice Beam is super effective, but it's not quite got the offensive power behind it that Brave Bird did, so I don't think this is gonna KO you. And Guja's special attack is a bit higher than its physical. Yeah. Alright, Iron Tail. And that is going to bring Wall Rain down. I am interested in catching you. Obviously. I am actually, in fact, weak to, what was it, that one move. So we can go use Ice Shard. That is a priority move in the main games, but it's going to just probably bring my next turn around a little faster. You're going to Shelter, and that's probably going to raise your defenses, right? Your defensive stats are raised, and you became obscured. Dragon Pulse. Ooh, okay. So you didn't use Iron Tail. I'm gonna use Ancient Power on you. Your defenses are raised. I could Agile Style an Ice Shard just to get a little more damage on you. I do want to catch you. And we're not gonna get the chance to do that. Alright. Hydro Pump, really? I had the next turn. And that was an Agile Style move, excuse you. Alright. Typhlosion. If this doesn't work out, I will just KO you. But, let's see. I don't have an Ultra Ball on me, which probably would help. You guys don't have quite the catch rate of legendary Pokemon, but you do, you are a pseudo-legend, so I don't expect this to be easy. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna give it maybe like 2 turns, Hydro Pump. Am I gonna live that? I could see myself living that, but apparently I'm not gonna live that. And instead, your defensive stats are returning to normal, so I'm gonna bring in Gumi, and I think Gumi's just gonna Dragon Pulse and, take down her older sibling. Alright, Gumi. Indeed. Gumi got a level. Gumi almost got a 2nd level. That's the way, Dragonite. I can tell by watching you that the Pokemon you've caught in those little balls truly understand one another. Now let's see about the Pokemon of the lake. Okay, so that is probably the actual Lake Guardian, right? And that is indeed a Mesprit. Alright, good. My memory of the Diamond Pearl Platinum Lake Trio isn't that bad. My entire team is down. I feel like we're probably not going to fight and catch you. Because usually, if I were to do that, the game would heal them for me. And Mesprit is talking to me.
Your emotions, share them with me.
They're yours or not a chance. Okay. So it speaks from its mind straight to yours. Makes sense for a Pokemon that embodies an aspect of the mind, I guess. I love how the letters just have extra spacing in between them. I'm gonna have to remember to do like some funny audio effects when I read this.
When you fell out to this land, what stirred you in your heart?
We have surprise, panic, or bewilderment. Bewilderment is a fun word. I like the word bewilderment. I guess I'll be going with bewilderment.
How did it feel to bond with Pokemon and work together?
Exciting, bizarre, or heartening? Heartening is honestly the correct answer here because this isn't quite like the Legend of Zelda Pokemon, but it's very close to the Pokemon game that I've wanted since like Gen 6. So I think this is the way this game has gone has been a long time coming.
What did you feel when you mingled with Hisui's clans?
It's a wide world. Honestly, their little sparring match is still pretty dumb, and it's still just as dumb as it always was, but...
What did you feel when cast out of the Galaxy team?
Is this a test? Am I going to be graded on this? Life is complicated.
Take this piece to the spirit. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more.
And this is going to be, I guess, what, a fragment of the red chain or something? No, actually, you gave me what appears to be a newspaper clipping. Mesprit's plume. Proof that you have completed the trial set by Mesprit, the being of emotion that lives in Lake Verity. This item is needed to forge the red chain. Can't even imagine what that must feel like, having Pokemon talk to you without words. Well, the world's full of mysteries, I guess. I can hardly even be surprised at things like these after seeing the sky itself so warped. Now, 2 lakes left to visit. Alright. And I did not remark on this earlier, but it has not escaped my notice that the pattern on the floor of the Lake Verity Cavern is still here. I don't even know if you could even call this a Pokemon game if this wasn't here. If this puddle on the ground was absent, or if it was something else, or whatever. Alright. Let's get out of here. One of my eyes is suddenly a little bit itchy. That's annoying. Am I not able to... Okay, so I have to hit the A button to leave. Can't just die through the door. Once again, the game ruining my fun. Looks like that worked out well. Gotta admit, you sure know plenty about Hisui, Volo. That's right. You could say it's because I'm a merchant, but mostly I'm just naturally filled with curiosity. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. Or more accurately, I suppose. I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. I think we'd all like some answers on that. I don't properly know how we came to worship Almighty Sinnoh in the first place. I've even got some questions to ask about its, true nature. Weighty matters to ponder for sure, but we have an important task before us. Do you know what... Do you want to return to Miss Kogita's home? I do kind of want to fight that Alpha Snorlax just for the sake of doing so now that we've reduced the tension in the game by just a little bit. So I guess I'll go and do that first. Hopefully it won't take that long. This is, like, the first area in the game. It's probably not going to be like a level 70 Alpha Snorlax unless there is level scaling implemented for these guys, which I haven't really been paying attention to. We'll go ahead and see you there when you join us. Alright, so let us go and fight an Alpha Snorlax. And, this is kind of fun. Oh yes, I can switch to Braviary too. Yeah, fun way to get around. And I've been enjoying seeing like how far onto the land I can leap with Bosco Legion. Just because it's kind of funny to see Bosco Legion like flying over the land like that. Alright. Is that a medicinal leak? That is another lost satchel, okay. And the Alpha Snorlax should be somewhere around here, correct? It was somewhere by like the river-ish. I didn't think it was that far up, but maybe it actually is. Alright, I see those two like rock things. Here's Alpha Snorlax. Alright, Snorlax. I need healing.